Hey, good morning, guys. And I do mean morning. This is the time I get things done. 5:08 a.m. here on this Thursday morning, and I've been working on a big order of CF7512s all week, and I have been meaning to start this video, and every day something seems to come up. So what I'm going to show you here is how to set up your cassettes. All the little actuators here, dispensers, they have different colors for their codes, and we'll show you what you start with here and how things go together, how to program these. The 7512s are definitely not a plug-and-play coin mech. It's not like a coin code 9302GX. You plug them in, you put quarters in it, nickels, dimes, and you walk out the door. It takes 2 minutes. This one here, although it's not hard, you must understand it. It's got a lot of features that can help you. It's very adjustable, with the prices of our products going just through the roof, guys. $2, $3, $4 drinks. Dollar coins is a big plus, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a little bit about the programming and how to set up a custom cassette that's got nickels, because they always have to have the nickel tube. That's just part of the programming that shows when it's sold out if it runs out of nickels. So it's going to have nickels, quarter, quarter, and then dollar, dollar. So I have one of my VIPs in Fresno. He uses this combination exclusively. He has found that in his glass front soda machines in the big factories and lunchrooms, he's gotten him used to the dollar coins, and his change machine also gives dollar coins rather than quarters. So by making this adjustment, he hauls a lot less money out of the facility, with the exception of dollar bills, 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s. So, all right, let's get on with it, guys. Let me position here. We'll get our handy tester set up. And what we're going to start with here, move this guy out of the way, we are going to assemble our, maybe that's too close, we are going to assemble our first cassette. I have these laid out. Nickels. Got a cheat sheet here, which is great. You can download this offline. Everything has a color assigned to the denomination. So in other words, nickels is red, dimes is white, which we're not using today, quarters is black, and dollars is blue. So dimes, guys, I just don't see any reason in this stage of the game to store probably $15 in dimes in your machine. Just let them go to the cash box and let them go to the count room. So anyways, see how these little guys are put on the bottom of the tube? You need to check for breakages. If the bottom of the tube by chance is broken, this commonly happens when people drop them. If you operate these, I highly recommend a spare, because if you've ever dropped one, especially if it's full. Alright, there's a couple notches here. I'm going to start this, and I hope you can see by the detail. There's little notches here. Anyways, these only go one way, and they're only going to work one way, and once you get them in there, they click. Need to check them. Need to check, make sure these little legs are riding on the edge of the tube, and you're done. I won't show you how to take those apart, because a lot of times the older ones, when they're brittle, you try and take them apart, they just shatter and end up in 2 pieces, but luckily those are cheap. So the coin cassettes are assigned positions, okay? The back tube. Okay, on this one's nickels, quarter, dime. Dime is white, and then quarter, dollar. So on this one here, we're going to set it up with the code DAC. And I know this is ugly, but my P-Touch battery ran out this morning. So anyways, what we're going to do here is it's going to be starting with a quarter, nickel, dollar, dollar, quarter. So 2 quarters, $2, and the mandatory nickel. So we'll start over on the far side with our dollar tubes. And these are, I don't want to say tricky because I don't want to scare you, but they only go in one way. They have a little tab that fits in here. You have to be a little careful, especially in removing these, because once again, as plastic becomes brittle, you can break them. So if you're operating these, I recommend spare tubes, spare dispense pieces that go on the bottom of the tube. Kind of have to line these up, because if you try and squeeze it in and it's off, you're going to end up breaking something. So, all right, there's our $2. Our 1 nickel tube here in this application goes in the B side. Luckily, if you drop these on carpeting, you don't break them. All right, so our B tube, as you can see, this one sits a little bit offset, okay, because the coins have to come out of the acoustic module, and they have to work, they have to fit. All right, our last quarter tube, see, this one sort of sits at an angle. I'm going to show you the little notch here now you have to start with, okay? See that notch? That is what fits into this little flat tab. See that? If you try and put them in and this is above that, you're going to end up with some breakage. So, all right, put our last quarter tube in, and this part is done. Now all we need to do is put the cover on. The cover has your catch, your latch, whatever you want to call it. Fits in this little hole here to take it out for cleaning. This is what it looks like, and that little hole there, that is where the key. If you don't have it in there, you're in trouble. So now what you do is I line up my right side first, and I have it down low because it's going to push upward. Okay. Now what we need to do, and this is something, it's just hard to show you, but this little yellow catch, if you can see it in there, you kind of have to move it to the left, okay, to get this coin cassette cover on the top. Now we're lined up, we push it forward, and it's not going anywhere unless you drop it. Now I'm going to show you on one how to open these, because everybody has a different way and there's only one way. It took me a little while to figure this out, but see this catch here? That is your key. You start there, okay, and then you slide it down and it goes back on just like that. It looks real easy. The first time you do it, be a little bit careful. All right, what we're going to do now is we are going to program our model here. Going to hook it up to our tester. I think I'm going to get a close-up in here, guys, so you can see what I'm doing as far as on-screen programming. I'm not sure if this comes up. Let's see if it comes up on the camera or not. I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to read that. Maybe we can. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Original module was changed, so it's not the original, so we accept that. Hit it twice. Then it's going to tell us what's in here, okay? This module is a custom one, and it's AA. Okay, we're going to take that out. We are going to put in the module we just assembled. and we know this is a DAC. So this is our enter button, which is our yellow. Okay, it's got some options there. Cassette. Now we want to enter DAC. DAC. Now before we go any further, before we accept it, tells us where the tubes are. Quarter, quarter, nickel, dollar, dollar. And that's exactly how we set it up. Quarter, quarter, nickel, dollar, dollar. So we click accept. Operation complete. Okay, they like you to click it twice for some reason. And we're ready to go. So let me run a few coins through here to show you that it accepts. Alright, we have a nickel, dime, quarter, and a dollar. So now our tester back here, which you can't really see, it says press escrow lever to check. Okay, let me back out of here just a little bit. Alright, so we press our escrow lever. That's important. That has to work. Okay. Now, let me get this off the bench a little bit so we can see when it dispenses our coins. Okay, it has me at the nickel. Accept. Okay, we know it accepts. We're not going to put all of them in there because we'll make our video too long. Okay, the next one is dimes. Okay, it did. Oh yeah, I was going to say it didn't like that dime. That goes straight to the cash box, so it did not stack it in the tube because there's no tube. There's no tube for dimes. Now, next one is quarters. It's going to go somewhere. One of the two tubes. Next one is dollars. Dollar coin. And that went in one of our tubes. Okay. Now we go through the rest of our test procedure. And it will dispense those 4 coins that we just put in. Actually, the 3 coins plus the dime, because the dime goes to the cash box. So guys, there you have it. It's not real hard. I recommend the first one if you're so fortunate. Play with it in your garage, in your shop. Don't take it out on location and try and plug it in. The key is you want to be sure that the cassette is set up properly. And in this top right corner, my tester timed out, in this top right corner, it's going to say whatever the code is to that cassette. So cassettes are easily changed. Even if you only have one of these, I strongly recommend a spare cassette, preferably for the configuration you use, whether it's nickels and dimes. Once again, I don't see where dimes have any value storing them, because the days of the $1.10 or $1.15 candy bars or 65-cent candy bars is over. So anyways, guys, I will put a link to this page here. This is one of my very friendly associates down in Rancho Cucamonga. He has been gracious enough to post this on his site, so I will put a link. You can print, that's page 9, you can print that out. That's got all the codes. And once again, we appreciate you watching. Help our small channel, keep these videos free. Please subscribe if you haven't. That's the best thing you can do for me at this point. So guys, thanks for watching. Doug at Doug's World Tour, Vending and Amusement Channel, out.